What's up guys, this is Henna. Today we're going to check out Henna in Wangsa Maju. Let's go! Hey guys, so now we are standing right in front of Quartz, which is somewhat like the master plan for these several plots of project, which include Farah that has been completed. Then it also includes Lexa Residence, which is the first two blocks. We've kind of visited one before, and today we're going to visit their latest phase called Henna, which is located in a separate block altogether. So if you look from a drone shot, every block has its own set of facilities. So it's somewhat like a standalone thing where all of them have their very own set of guidelines to comply with. So it's a very different format compared to a development that builds entirely one big piece of land and divided into 4 towers. This is 4 projects in total. That's why we need to check it out. And it has also been a while since we last came to Wangsa Maju, and so many things has changed. Well, the traffic is still the same, as busy as always. You can look into the roadside car park, the typical Malaysian practice. And then coming in through Duke Highway, what we can see, that will be the LRT track. And we can see Queen is almost ready. Sunway Avila is done. Artesa is in construction. Then we are now right in front of Farah. This is the commercial area, and there's a new project apparently. I'm not too sure what is it lah. So maybe we can go check it out after the visit. And so far, so good looking at the traffic, because now it's at 12 o'clock lah, so I'm not too sure about the condition just yet. But the series of traffic light as predicted seems to be the problem. So coming in, this will be the main entrance into the master plan itself. So you have Farah here, Lexa on this side, and this is the pedestrian experience. That will be the car experience. So you have this kind of entrance statement formed by the 2 projects. It's kind of cool. It brings you somewhat into a separate dimension. Landscape treatment wise, really nice. And I think this is like 3 out of 5 components within this Quartz master plan altogether. Yeah, let's go and look into it. And it's crazy to just think about it, right? So many projects in such a short span. Then coming into the main master plan, it's actually connected via this central roundabout. And this will be Henna that we're going to check out today. That will be Altris. That's the new block. Exciting. Okay, let's go check it out. So coming out into the lift lobby, right, we can see that this is 20 units in a stretch, but technically they are 1 main lift core here, and there will be 2 elevator cores at the side as well. A floor plate, there will be 20 units in total, positioned in a L shape. Okay, it's a double loaded corridor, and we go check out the central breakouts. So we are now in the lift lobby, and the width here is 2.18. The height is 2.5. There will be 3 lifts here, and it's located next to a window. That's why it's very bright. Part of it is actually frosted, and this is how the unit will look like. So there will be an L shape here. So the U shape is also formed by the villas, which is going to be so cool. And this will be the brand new phase called Altis. It's almost completed already, and there's still 1 more stretch there, so I'm not too sure what is that. This will be the previous phase of Farah. And looking at the surrounding, right, within this area, the density or the plot ratio is just incredibly high, especially when you compare to the surrounding neighborhoods. The existing neighborhoods of Sri Rambai and etc. right? All are low density, low rises, single story shops and houses. Then suddenly, boom, here all, especially after the Sri Rambai station was revitalized. So walking out into the lift lobby, so you have the floor tiles for the lobby. It's very nice. And on this side, you will have the fire door to tower A2. This side is to tower B. So they kind of separate it into lobbies using the fire doors. And what will happen is when there's fire emergencies, this will auto release and close for the partition. And now we are standing right in the center of the Tower B corridor. So this is the center when they have the break for ventilation. In the center, it feels rather claustrophobic because there are no voids in the center. So this is a layout where they totally eliminated the voids, and it was a brand new practice for the past several years. And each tower also will have their own refuse room in the center. So this is how it will look like. It's an open format like this instead of an enclosed one, because they expect this door to be part of the closing also. And the smell is very apparent. So the rubbish is just here, and the window is at the far end. It doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, and you have a active ventilation machine and it still stinks. Yep. Anyway, the corridor width is 1.6 and the ceiling height is 2.8. And this is the feeling without a void. Okay? So without the void, you will have this corridor that looks like a hospital corridor. Totally enclosed all the way. That's why Tower A2 feels way better on the other side, because you just imagine, right, this is natural daylight. When you go in, there will be all the artificial yellow light. So after the lift lobby just now, this stretch will be considered Tower A2. This wing then will be considered Tower A1. And on this side, because of the length of the tower is shorter, that's why it doesn't feel as enclosed. Yeah, and this will be the unit that we're going to check out today lah. So this will be the foyer in front. The width of it is 1.3 meters, and you will have plaster and paint for the walls, but at the edge, right, you can see when people renovate, straight away they hit already. You have skirtings for the entire corridor. This door is 1 meters width, so the opening is going to be 997 mm. And let's go check out the unit. So this is the unit I'm going to check out today. This is type C1 841 square feet, and it's a 3-bedroom 2-bathroom unit which is split in the center. So when we come in from the entrance, there will be a small little entrance foyer here before going to the dining and living. Then you have a balcony at the side. On one end you will have 2 bedrooms sharing a bathroom. Then on the other side you have the principal bedroom along with the principal bath. A rather direct unit, but what we can see right here is there are no yard space. How does that work, leh? Okay, so coming in through the door, we will be in this foyer space, and the width is actually 1.8 meters, so it's going to be a very nice position. First, to put a sideboard here when we drop our keys and stuff right before going into the unit, because some do believe that a main door directly facing the balcony is not good. This might be one of the better treatments. And then there you go. This is the unit where you have the kitchen, dining, living, balcony. So the total length from wall to wall here, this is 3.89, and the cabinet here is around 2.45 meters. So what we see right now is the exact condition that is handed over by the developer, and we see some defect. You look into the shelf, right, I cannot push properly. Something might be wrong with the screws or whatsoever. Anyway, this will be the cooking area. This will be your hood and hob, furnished by Tika itself. This is a 2-burner. You will have a workstation here, then you will have the basin, and I like that it's top covered, so you get to sweep and clean things easily. Then this will be the location for 2 things. I think one will be the washing machine, the other one will be the fridge, but I'm not too sure whether can this fit. We'll check out the toilet whether can they fit the washing machine or not. Then all these top and bottom cabinets are all provided by the developer. Yep. Then this is the weird part where there are no wall tiles at all for the kitchen wall. Usually there's a 5-feet wall tiles, right? But this one totally don't have, which is weird. This wall is going to be so dirty moving forward. Then you have a plug point here, one plug here, the other plug there for the fridge. So I think the amount of plug points are insufficient. And passing by the dining area that's going to be sandwiched between the kitchen and the living, the wall-to-wall width for the central space here is 4.1 meters. Absolutely crazy. The ceiling height is 2.88 meters. Then for the selling price within the sub-sale market, because this block apparently was sold out almost 100%. So for the secondary market of this size, of this unit type, right, it's around 700,000 asking price. And the rent for the fully furnished unit is around 2006 to 2008 a month. But this size, there are several typologies. One will be a 2-bedroom type, one will be a 3-bedroom type. So obviously the 3-bedroom will be a bit higher in terms of rent. Anyway, this will be the connection to the balcony, and you can see that the windows are tinted, so it won't be as warm when the sun hits. And looking outwards, this will be the size of the balcony. So the width of the corridor is 3 meters and it's spray painted. Then the width of the balcony, it's around 800 mm steel handrail. looking towards the school on this orientation. And from this side, we can actually hear the noises and atmosphere from the school, especially the school bell when it rings. Cling! Every period, right? So you can actually feel it, and you have this empty space here that is a total luxury located in this direction, right? This elevated highway, this brand new highway, will be the brand new Setia Wangsa Pantai Expressway SPE highway, which can actually go in directly to Bangsa's direction. So that's going to be very, very exciting. Right behind that, by this junction, turning left in, like 10 more seconds, right, you will be the Sri Rampai LRT station already. You can actually hear the LRT right there, and this is actually now controlled by a traffic light junction, but it has been eased way better, and this connects over to Duke Highway, where you can actually go into MRL2, or you can head into KL directly to Mont Kiara side, PJ side. It's going to be very, very convenient. Of course, with all the convenience, then also comes with the level of congestion, as now you can see the traffics are actually building up already at like 12 PM right now. You can feel the noise of the children just shouting and screaming around right after school hours, so a lot of fun. Right at the end as well, you will have Wangsa Walk and the commercial area. Is it walking distance? No, but within walking distance of this project, downstairs you have certain level of retail. Opposite, then you will have the future Sunway Avila to have certain numbers of commercial lots as well. There you go. This is something I like. So this is going to be the aircon latch, where it's going to be where you locate your compressors in the future. So this is going to be a very safe method for all the installers moving forward. Moving on, then this will be the switches and plugs at a very nice height. Then 2 bedrooms here, 1 shared bathroom, and you have full height wall tiles, a frosted window at the top, and I'm not too sure why the ceiling is closed like that, so kind of weird. I think they didn't position the windows correctly. Anyway, it also comes with a shower screen, and basin and WC is by Zila. It comes with the mirror as well, so that's nice. On the right hand side, then you will have the smallest bedroom, and it's actually separated by the laminated timber flooring applied throughout the unit here, and the windows are actually positioned rather high. So the size of the room is 2.45 meters by 3.6 meters. You can perfectly put in a queen size bed here. And the windows, because this is located next to the opening, you have a huge openings to the smaller rooms. Because for the smaller intermediate ones, I don't think they have this luxury of a side opening for the bedrooms. Right opposite them, this will be the larger bedroom, the second bedroom. And just check out the scale of the window. Wow, almost the entire facade is the window there. But only this segment here can be open, the rest are all fixed windows. Yeah, so you will have the mountain view, you will have the highway view in the schools. And the size of the room is 3.5 by 2.6 meters. Okay, it's a very, very comfortable size, which can perfectly fit in your bedside tables along with a wardrobe. I'm not too sure whether can a study table be inserted, but it's very, very bright, so that's nice. Then last but not least, this will be the principal bedroom, and the configuration for this actually compromises the privacy all the time. Whenever the user opens the door to the bedroom, whoever in the dining hall gets direct view into the unit itself, unless there's a special ID treatment of positioning your wardrobe here, so to kind of like separate out the toilet and the bedroom lah. So it requires certain ID treatments. But anyway, the view is going to be the same. But this bedroom here feels somewhat smaller than the second bedroom. This is so weird. So the length of the room is 4.4 meters, the width is 2.7 meters. Yeah, so the width here is slightly shorter. I wish it could be like at least 3 meters. So after you put in your bed, there will be a better circulation width. But then the length is good, where you can maybe really put in the wardrobe in the center here to be a partition. That would be nice. And within the unit, there will be a box up for all the utilities and aircon points. So it's all done. And going in, this will be the principal bathroom. Similar treatments for basin and WCs. They are done now by Zila here. Then you have the window, full height wall tile, shower screen, shower, mechanical ventilation. Yeah. And I guess that's all for the unit. Let's go check out the facilities there. Okay, coming out, so now we are in the rooftop of this tower, and this will be having a higher view of what we just saw just now. So we have the nice little hill here, we have the SPE highway here, we have Duke Highway on the side, and you have the school. So this view here is pretty crazy. So it's all surrounding Wangsa Walk, and you can just look at the distance between tower. What a very different configuration altogether, right? Compared to the old Wangsa Maju. Old Wangsa Maju has always been this landed typology where it's just matured with amenities. You will have the schools, you have the hypermarkets, office buildings, schools, commercial areas, schools, and etc. It's just perfect for families. But when the LRT and highway just kicks in, right, the demand for spaces just goes off the charts. So now you can see all these big developments here. So I'm not too sure whether will this be converted into one in the future, will this be converted into one in the future. Don't know yet, okay? But there are still new projects going on. Hillside is going to be so nice. Then coming over, then this will be the barbecue pavilion. It's going to be nice when you want to gaze at the stars at night while having barbecues. That's the barbecue pit here, okay? And this will be the multi-purpose room located at the rooftop. Unfortunately, it's locked for now. So inside you will have sitting areas. It's somewhat like a lounge or a dining area. Next to the multi-purpose hall, then this will be the empty space for you to do things, I guess. I'm not too sure what is the empty space here for. Okay, but the parapet walls are in a bigger height, and that will be somewhere a villa already right opposite. So here you have another different view altogether. Okay, coming down from the rooftop now, we are in the facilities deck, and one sure thing about this project, right, the level of details to the foliage is amazing, crazy amazing. And this starts from the lobby itself. So from the lobby at the waiting area just now, it's like a very nice little forest garden waiting for people in the lobby area just now. So you look into the foliage, the density of it. So as we kind of mentioned before, the unit one level above the facility deck, right, usually it's the cheapest, but here is going to be the most awesome one because you get the foliage as the background of the unit. Ngam ngam chun chun. So 2 levels also still okay. Amazing stuff. So next to the lap pool here with the infinity edge, the problem is then this will be facing the brand new block lah. So that's not going to be a very nice view. But what's cool about this level is they have several units of villas here that's amazing looking. So now you can see the workers are actually cleaning it up. It's going to look so nice, and this is the entrance to the villas. Wow, I don't know how much are these, but this is so awesome. You come out, right? Straight away you come out, this will be the foliage that you are exposed to. You will have the gym, you have the swimming pool, and this is going to be like that landed typology within a high-rise setting. Cool. So nice. And then this is going to be the second community hall, and it's hidden within the foliage itself. This feeling is so nice, right? You can never ever expect such treatment by looking outwards just now. You can really only feel this by being in the facilities there. Ooh. And I'm just amazed by the density and size of landscape area allocated to be a buffer for the villas and garden units. It's crazy. So on one side here we have the lily pond with some pavilions on the side. So a lot of emphasis has been placed, because sometimes we thought the villa is like an afterthought kind of thing. But this one, you look at it, it's so nice. You have your own nice little garden, and this is the back alley of it. So you can see you have some private little space here to your very own corridor. Unfortunately, this is your neighbor lah. Yeah, very unfortunate. If not, it would be amazing. Where you have gym, all the facilities lah, villas here just to chill at night, right? Oh, awesome. Then from the pool area, this will be the gym, and you can see it's furnished by hoist. This will be all the machine areas. Cardio machines will be facing the lift. Unfortunately, there are people inside, so let's not go in. And the access to some of the garden units are also partitioned by grills like that. So it's going to be quite nice because the garden units are actually secluded away from the heavy densities surrounding the project. And now we are in the elevated car park. So this is located in one of the tower with the villa. So right above there will be the facilities deck. And now you can see the columns are huge. but it comes with a flat slab system, so everything is very tidy. You have cement rendered floorings, you have epoxy paint for the lines and the pedestrian walkways, open at both sides. One facing inside, which is Altis. The other side will be the one facing the school. Okay, so now this will be the experience going back to the lobby itself. So here you will have the car park and then going upwards to the lift lobby. And this will be the facade treatment, where you can see that they are perforated into certain levels of holes. Okay, and that will be the main garden in the center already. So coming in, then this will be the main drop-off, and that will be the main entrance into the lobby itself. So inside there will be two lobbies, and this will be the elevated car park, and it's built in a slopey area, so that's why the ground floor is actually the lobby, then the main entrance will be slightly higher. Cool. And walking out from the project right now, Henna's facade looks very cool. So in terms of the color, right, it's very refreshing compared to the surrounding one that is mainly white, light grey and kind of thing, right? This one is very nicely done and accompanied with all the foliage, right? So we are now in the centerpiece of the whole so-called Quartz master plan, and right on our side right now, this will be our trees itself. They're brand new project, you go check them out. I don't know what they are selling actually, but here you will have more trees, more walkways and water play area. So just in case you don't have enough space to kind of stroll around with your kid, this is a nice little garden space here that ties in the entire master plan lah. And I guess that's all for the visit. It's now time for Sean's take 3 on 3. And the very first thing I like will be the location of Wangsa Maju itself, right? When you think about the accessibility, you have main highways like MR2, you have the new highway like Duke and SPE that further enhances the original selling point, which is very close to KLCC. Wangsa Maju was this very residential oriented location that everybody liked because of its short distance to the main CBD back then, not TRX but KLCC itself. And as time passed by now, we are really witnessing and we are also documenting the evolution of this address from low density, then you have now a lot of malls, there are a lot of schools, a lot of commercial area, a lot of hypermarkets, then you have Wangsa Wall, you have Aeon Mall, you have tertiary education facilities, you have just everything within this address itself. As a result, you will have a lot of brand new residents coming into the location itself. The second thing that I like will be the common area treatments, especially the landscape treatments. And it starts from the very front of the entrance. So because I parked my car outside, so when the entire experience of walking into the development covered by foliage like this, right, is very comfortable. And what's surprising compared to Lexa and Farah, which is their previous development, right, Henna is definitely a class on its own in terms of landscape treatments. Going into the main door only, you will feel it already. The garden treatments is like a courtyard space, and the perforated panels used to cover the elevated car parks, right? It's amazingly done. The color tone is splendid, and the tasteful use of landscape, right, to provide privacy to the ground floor facilities. Then you kind of somewhat camouflage the entrance into the lobby itself as well. That's awesome. And this is also carried through within the facility deck itself. The garden units is something else where you can perfectly have privacy. Then when you look into the specs, right, the density of plants is crazy. The area allocated for landscape is also crazy, and so far the maintenance is superb. But what's amazing, like I would just think about it only, like the villas on top is going to be superb in quality because it feels like a resort. Like sometimes you always think that this resort word, right, is very exploited. You don't really know what it means. But when you come to this unit itself, just imagine living within, right? It feels like a resort in Bali. When you come out, right, you have all the landscape treatments, pool on one side, gym on one side, the lily pond on one side. You have a dedicated back alley to it. Wow, that's nice. But the rooftop facility then somewhat, yeah, maybe all the budget all gone to the ground floor one. The rooftop one then not very nice lah. But I think it's definitely out of my initial expectation when I were to come to this project, because from the outside, if you look into the previous phases, right, it's very dry. This one, superb. And to think about this only serving 653 units in total. Okay, now 653 units in one block technically is considered low density already. That's why the size of the facilities are not crazy. But this is a master plan of Quartz itself, where it's divided into several phases. This one there is also a debate lah, because like why don't they just build everything in one mega development, or they decided to separate and split everything out together. I don't know, it's a business decision by itself. But to think about it, I like this typology better because they don't build as much. In return, then the facilities will not be as crazy in terms of scales, in terms of excitement in return. Because now you have a common area like where we are sitting right now in the center island. So this is a rather interesting feeling, somewhat like a hidden away enclave from the main road of Wangsa Maju. Yeah. So in terms of density, not too bad, but per floor plate, you will still have 20 over units. And that's part of the things that I don't like within the common areas, right? The architectural treatments. This is the feeling of the brand new layout unit where they don't have voids within the corridor itself. So when you don't have voids, the internal wall of corridors are just stick all together. It forms this claustrophobic, especially with the yellow light that's in parallel. It feels like a hospital itself, which is worse when you have such an awesome common area. When you go, everything nature, very nice. You have the pebble stone, we have a water fountain, you have the leaf lobby that's so decorated. But once you go into the unit corridor, then like, yeah, why like that? Then zooming out a little bit, the second thing I don't like will be the amount of density around this address itself. So now within Quartz itself, you already have 4 to 5 different phases. Then you will have right opposite, you have the Sunway, Artesa and Avila. Then you have Infinity next to you. You will have Queens. You will have all the brand new buildings that is surrounding Wangsa Maju itself. And there are still more to come. Due to the convenience of this location, the sense of community around this location. Therefore, you will have that also. To think about it, when you have such high densities, what's going to be affected will be the secondary market quality. But think about it, in terms of offer of the unit, right? If you pick the garden units accurately here, you really cannot find anything else within proximity that can provide such experience. Yeah. And last of all, this comes with all prosperous addresses, the congestion. But I think now it has improved drastically after the completion of the SPE highway already, and also the LRT. But the not so good part about this site will be the frequency of traffic light around this journey over to Sri Rambai. So because this is still somewhat a local road, that's why the only way to control traffic is using traffic light. And when the traffic gets crazy, the traffic lights actually takes a lot of time to get cleared. And it's located at the front of the entrance itself. I don't know. Hopefully everybody will not have double parking in this main road, so you will have sufficient space to actually turn left into the Quartz township. If not, right, you're going to get stuck. Also, if you look into the brochures, they provide shuttle services to LRT of Sri Rambai, which by walking, I don't think you can make it, and there's no dedicated walkway to walk over anyway. And I guess that's all for this round. Pretty cool, something very different. Just when you thought it's an extension of the earlier phases, right? We are so wrong. It's so out of expectation in a very good way. So do I like the project? I like the facilities. I like the landscape treatments a lot. It's something very, very rare. And to think that Wangsa Maju is still developing, it's absolutely crazy because you just look into the surrounding, right? Wow, a lot of project, but it's very exciting. And I guess that's all. If you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Xuan Tan. Ciao.